was a night where I truly believed the world would be better without me. No light, no direction, no peace. I felt abandoned by life. Everything I touched seemed to fall apart, and no matter how hard I tried to hold on, something inside me was slowly breaking. That night, I stood at the edge of my life, and for the first time, I was ready to let go. Back then, I thought love meant sacrifice, so I gave everything. My time, my energy, my peace, my future. I cooked every night. I tried to make ordinary moments feel special. I worked hard. I studied. I planned. I learned things I never thought I would learn. Photography, video, marketing, business. I wanted us to succeed. I wanted her dream to become real. I thought if I loved deeply enough, it would be enough to save us. But slowly, I stopped recognizing myself. There were moments where something inside me knew, but love has a way of making you ignore your own intuition. So I kept holding on, even when the truth was already standing in front of me. And deep down, I think I already knew. I was building a safe place with my own hands. But behind the curtain, there were whispers. And behind the whispers, there were things I could feel but could not yet explain. I thought it was just anxiety, stress, overthinking, exhaustion. But slowly, my world stopped feeling safe. There were rooms I entered where the air felt different. I would look around and see nothing, but something inside me could sense what my eyes could not. A heaviness, a presence, a warning. And the more I ignored my own peace, the darker everything began to feel. I kept trying to hold everything together, but I was losing myself in the process. Pain changed me. Fear changed me. There were moments where I no longer recognized the man I was becoming. I was confused, angry, wounded, tired. And that day, something sacred broke within me. But even then, some part of me still knew it was not meant to stay broken. So I picked up the pieces and began learning how to leave the past behind. After that, everything collapsed. I left behind the place I was trying to build, the future I thought we had. I went back to the only place I knew, with nothing left inside me. But even there was no peace. I felt like I had fallen to the ground. No strength, no power, no fight left. And while I was down, the world kept reminding me to stay there. Voices, blame, arguments, whispers, laughter. People I trusted became strangers, and the story of who I was no longer in my hands. But God knew. Even then, God knew. I had given everything I knew how to give. My love, my time, my strength, my future, my name. And still, I found myself standing alone, trying to be chosen by someone who had already let me go. I made one last call. Not because I had strength left, but because some part of me was still begging to be loved, still begging to be chosen, still hoping that maybe I had misunderstood everything. Then I heard what I needed to hear, not to heal me, to break the last piece of me that was still holding on. Something in me went quiet, not peaceful, not healed, just quiet, like my heart had finally understood that no one was coming to save me. I looked up, but the sky was empty. I wanted to scream, but it felt like even my pain had nowhere to go. I was still standing there, but inside, I was drowning. My ears were ringing. My chest was tight. Darkness surrounded me. I could not breathe normally. I could not think clearly. I could not find myself. Everything I had tried to survive came crashing down inside me. And somewhere beneath all that pain, there was still a child. Quiet, gentle, watching the world closely, trying to help even the smallest things find their way home. God still saw him, even when I could not. I did not have many words left, so I gave him the only ones I still remembered. God is beautiful. God is great. If we only could appreciate the things he does. It makes me think of who I was. It makes me wonder who I'll become. Is this life just an exam? Where did I come from? And where should I go? God, give me strength. I will go with your flow. Then, silence. For a moment, nothing changed. The sky was still dark. The pain was still there. I was still broken. But then, my phone lit up. I looked down, expecting the same pain to call me back. But it wasn't her. Just a random notification. A video I had not searched for. A message I did not ask for. A sign I did not expect. And somehow, I knew this was not coincidence. God had seen everything. The lies, the fear, the wounds, the silence, the parts of me I thought no one would ever understand. He saw it all, and he was still there. I looked at the edge, and for the first time that night, I saw it for what it was. Not peace, not escape, a lie. And then something inside me woke up. What was I doing? I still had no answers, but I had one step. Turn around. Go home. Stay alive. I drove home in silence, not because I was healed, but because I had been interrupted. Something had reached me in the exact place where no one else could. I sat there with my headphones on, still numb, still dazed. heard something underneath the words. The music was quiet, almost hidden, but it gave me something I had not felt in a long time. Peace. And then, something inside me would not leave me alone. It did not feel like an idea. It felt like a pull, a quiet instruction, like something in my spirit was asking me to move. For years, I had learned to silence the things I loved, even music, especially music. Somewhere along the way, I started believing that my joy was a problem, so I buried it. But that night, what I had buried started calling me back. I had nothing. No microphone, no plan, only a pen and a voice that had almost disappeared forever. So I stepped into the unknown. One line, then another. Not to impress anyone, not to prove anything, just to breathe. Earlier that night, I wanted to scream, but no one could hear me. Then in that room, my voice finally became sound, wounded, imperfect, but alive. I stayed there through the night, not trying to become someone, just listening, just following, just breathing through sound. And by morning, I had made something I did not know I still had inside me. I called it peace.
What if I ended it right here? In this moment, I will be your ground, for I am near and I will never ever leave. My love, my one.
The pain did not disappear, but I was still here. And for the first time in a long time, I felt that maybe God was not finished with me. That night, I thought I had reached the end. But God saw what no one else saw. He saw the lies, the fear, the wounds, the silence, the parts of me I thought were gone forever. And He did not leave me there. He gave me a sign, a sound, a purpose, a way back home. That night was not the end of my life. That was the beginning of something new. Journeys to Monas was born in the place where I had almost disappeared. But instead, I was reborn. So if you ever find yourself standing in your own darkness, I need you to hold on. The night may feel endless, but it is not stronger than the one who still sees you. And no matter how hidden it may feel, just remember, light always finds a way to shine through.